Now this one we're going to do is all about fusion. So obviously we've got two eyes, and when those images come into each eye we get two different images, but those images need to be fused, or should be fused in the brain, so that we can see one image. Now if one eye is not aligned properly, or there's what we call suppression of one eye, then what happens is we don't get a beautiful fused 3D image. We actually get a more like a 2D image, which we use other cues to work out how far things away are. But generally our depth perception should be better if we can fuse our images together, and this little fusion card is called a lifesaver card actually, is a way that we can do that. So you can see the two red and green targets there. Now the bottom ones are going to be the easiest, and what we want to do, and it pays to use a white background for this one, but I'll show you here so you can get an idea about what I'm going to do, and you can see my eyes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hold the card out here. I'm going to use my eyes to now fuse the red and the green image together. If I can't do that, I'm going to put a target a little bit closer and look at that, so that the background images fuse together. And what I mean by that is that the green and the red images are going to come together and make three images, with one in the middle, which is going to look 3D. Now, of course, this is then feedback that you're fusing. All right. So if you're doing that and you can't get the 3D image, then there's a pretty good chance that you're not fusing, and of course that means your depth perception is going to be a little bit imperfect. Okay, we want perfect depth perception, particularly when we're catching balls. All right, so we need to know exactly where something is when it's coming towards us, not a little bit off, okay, because that means we're gonna move too soon. Okay, we think the ball's closer to us than we are, we're going to move too soon. Or if we think the ball's a little bit further away from us than we are, we're going to move a little bit too late. So this practice or this exercise is very basic, and it just requires me to sit here and push my eyes together until I can fuse the bottom two rings into three with one in the middle. And when I can hold that, I can then try and move my head a little bit and try and hold that fused image, or I can move the target towards me and away from me. Now I'm just doing this in sitting, but of course it's harder to fuse when there's some background physical activity going on. So I would do this one after a little bit of cardiac stress, when the body's under some sort of a stress of some sort, or after some power exercises. I've actually used the fusion card with people sitting on seated rows, or people doing static resistance exercises where they need to fuse and then move the body whilst holding fusion. So that's the fusion card or lifesaver card, easy to get. You can hand these things out. I think you can buy these things for like $2 or $3.